All right, welcome to Question Reality Episode 2, the 3 fundamental questions. If we're going to question reality, we have to first answer the 3 fundamental questions of existence. And those questions are, 1, where do we come from? 2, what are we doing here? And 3, where do we go when we die? So in this chart, we have the before life, the meaning of life, the afterlife. And by answering these 3, we can hopefully begin to create an idea of what is reality. Solve the riddle. So the first one, where do we come from? This one's the hardest one to answer because there's not much written about it. I remember choosing my life in the afterlife dimension, the before life dimension, another dimension, whatever you want to call it. I remember actively selecting my life from a catalog of lives and then choosing the one I had. I selected the one I have now and then ended up here. And I believe I had a previous life because I was asked if I wanted to live again. Most people have no recollection of where they came from. So what are some of the origin stories out there? Science offers for us the sperm and the egg, and they have some visual evidence for this, microscopic video cameras and whatnot. We've seen sperm on camera, we've seen eggs on camera. The question is, but were you the sperm or the egg? Because the sperm and the egg meet to fertilize, but were you the sperm or were you the egg? What I think is, when you decide to come to Earth or choose to live again, I think then Cupid shoots his arrow and causes 2 people to have intercourse and fertilize an egg. And at that point of conception is when your spirit, your soul is placed into that embryo. Now, in order to buy that, you have to believe in mind, body, and soul, or at a minimum, body and soul. I believe in body and soul, mind, body, and soul. To me, I'm not even so sure what the difference between mind and soul is, but I certainly differentiate a duality at a minimum, and if not a trinity of mind, body, soul, or body and soul. I'm often amazed when people just think that it's just body and that there's no soul, that all this is all you are, and that when you die, that's it, there's nothing else. Half the time, I'm always looking in the mirror, looking at myself saying, they think that I'm me. They think I'm me, but I'm not me. I mean, I'm me, but I'm a spirit within me. On the outside, I'm me to you, but to me, I am me, the spirit. I feel like I'm putting people on. I feel like I'm in a disguise. Look at my human body. Look at this human body that I'm, these powers, this body I have. What can I do with it? The weird thing about my photo album is pictures of me as a newborn and an infant. I remember those. I remember a lot of those experiences. Like, for instance, this picture. I remember that. I remember my grandfather holding me there, and I remember thinking, wow, his hands are kind of like my dad's hands. And he kind of looks like my dad, but he looks a little bit different. And I'm an infant. I'm not taught about family and genes and stuff like that yet. But then there's other pictures where I'm like 2 years old, and I have no memory of that at all. But I remember being like 5, looking through photo albums for the first time, seeing that my life was captured on film, which I don't know if you guys remember seeing photographs of yourself for the first time, but that reality dawning on you of like, wow, there's pictures of me. And I'm looking through them, I'm seeing the ones where I'm just a baby infant. I'm like, I actually remember that. Wow. But then like later on, there's like me on a bike or so, I'm like, I don't remember that. I remember even at 5, I remember saying, when did that happen? I don't remember that at all. It was kind of weird, because I was only like 3 years removed from that picture. And I'm thinking, who are these pictures real? I was wondering, like, can they make up fake ones? But then you have question 2. What are we doing here? What is the meaning of life? I think the meaning of life for everybody is different. If it's anything like what happened to me, we all select our own missions. My mission that I chose from a catalog of lives, that I didn't specifically select it like a la carte, like piece by piece. It was already predefined. But my meaning of life is to bring a concept to the planet that will change the way people see everything. Your meaning of life might be to race fast cars, or to use a bunch of drugs and drink, or to have a nice family, raise beautiful children, be a good member of the community, or everybody chooses their own character. So I think the meaning of life is different for every single person. Every man has their destiny. Whether I learn from your upcoming or your downfall, we all have individual purpose. So many books are written about what is the meaning of life. I think each of us know what our mission is, but we've been deterred so much from pursuing it, from societal mechanisms. But we're all on the quest to discover the meaning. But outside of our individual meaning, just altogether for mankind, what is the meaning to existence? That's the whole point of question reality. What are we doing here in this realm? We're here, let alone of what our individual quest is. So what the heck are we living in right now? There's the societal reality that we're all part of society. We're Americans, we're Mexicans, we're Canadians, and we're Europeans, we're Asians, Africans, Earthlings. But we're in this realm. We have governments, we have things to do that are societally driven, we have commitments, but outside of society, what is the point of living? What is this? And that's where I think Westworld is correct. Westworld's depicting that we're actively deciding to come into this realm that we call Earth. But it's essentially a theme park. It's a place for us to discover who we could be. We already know who we are, but who we could be. We could also live out our fantasies here on Earth. But one of the ones I try to point out to people is what is our overall goal as humanity? Meaning, do we collectively have a unified goal of what we're all working towards? I don't think we do. I think we're just saving up for our individual retirements so that we can retire and live out our later years. But what is our quest? So, for instance, like if we were trying to gain independence, that's an end goal, is to become independent of a ruling country. Well, that already happened in 1776. So from 1776 till present day, what is the goal of the United States of America? I don't know what it is. I mean, we can make guesses, we can make cynical, snide statements about it. But, at one point, there was a westward expansion. There was a goal there. There was manifest destiny. There was a mission to get to the moon, whether or not we got there or not. But it was a group mission. World War II was a unified mission to defeat the Axis powers. These are unified missions. What is our unified mission right now? To defeat terrorism? To create a more perfect union? Whatever that is. So I think part of the reason why we're divided right now is that we don't have a goal. We're just kind of going about creating individual goals, but not a collective goal. What do I think our collective goals should be? I think a design decade to automate society and put the technology, automation, AI, robotics in place so that all mankind can go about their quests, their adventure of life, while having the basic necessities of life met all the time. Not have to be in the rat race cycle of the monetary system, but essentially a goal to end compulsory employment. We say it's a voluntary employment, but it's not, because you have to have money in order to pay bills, in order to stay alive. So if you don't have money, you have to go work or you're going to be homeless. The technology exists for us to design an automated society that can make life great for everybody, create tremendous, endless abundance for all people, and really advance society into the future and allow us to start having new experiences instead of the 40-hour work week, sitting in a car for traffic for 2 hours a day, maybe 3, Over the course of the week, you're spending 10 hours in the car. And what are we really producing at work? What we're producing is wasting our time. We're really not producing anything that robotics and AI can't already do. And other things that we're doing don't even need to be, but they don't want you to have free time. And then the third question is, where do you go when you die? Religions really work on this one hard. They kind of number 2 and 3 go together when it comes to religions. Some religions tell you that you're living to die, that you got to do everything they say to do in order to have a good entry into the next world. I've been to the next world. I remember going there, and they ask you if you want to live again or not. So just remember that. You don't have to believe me, but chances are you're going to die someday, and you're going to be confronted with the same question I was confronted with. Do you want to live again? It's a really rough question to have to answer right on the spot. So make up your mind now. The question people often ask me is, will I live again? I don't want to die. I'm so happy being me. I want this to last forever. Or at least I want to go out when I want to go out. But I know that the people I love eventually are probably going to die. And the world's not much for living if you're not with the people you love. But what's crazy is we don't really know these answers to all 3 of these questions. We all go about our daily lives as if we have it all figured out. We surrender our opinions to others who profess to have a better understanding of all these questions, but they really don't know. So have your own opinions, speak your own mind. We're going to get to the bottom of these questions. This video was just to propose the 3 fundamental questions and to get you to start asking other people those 3 fundamental questions, especially people who try to behave as if they have it all figured out, or if they're one up on you, or if they're trying to profess themselves as an expert. See if they know the answer to those 3 questions. You'd be surprised by their answers, and you'll be surprised how nervous they get trying to answer those questions. And I'd be surprised if you actually get an answer to those questions. The 3 fundamental questions all these business people, all these professionals, all these VIPs, all these sophisticated individuals, can they answer? Will they answer the 3 fundamental questions to existence? Because if they don't have answers to those 3 questions, and if they won't answer those 3 questions, what good are they? So can I answer these 3 questions? After all, I'm here with this channel professing reality to you guys. So where do we come from? Well, I know where I came from. As I've told you a million times, I came from another dimension. I remember choosing my life there from a catalog of lives. And I'll expand on that in future videos, a lot more than I have already. What are we doing here? Well, I know what I'm doing here. I have a quest, I have a mission, and I've known this mission my whole life. It's to bring a concept to awareness that will change the way people see reality. Question 3, where do we go when we die? Well, it's the same place we came from, the afterlife dimension, the other dimension. And I do remember dying in my previous life, and that'll be covered in a future video. But going to this other place, where I went, it was kind of like almost like a bus station, but I'll get to that. But there's another place you go. And this lends to shows like Westworld and other shows that are saying that we're here voluntarily. That's my message. We have voluntary existence. And the reason this message is so special is that if we begin to acknowledge that we're here voluntarily, hopefully it should cause us to re-examine our entire way of organizing reality. Are we getting our money's worth out of life? Are we organized in a way to give the best life possible to the most amount of people? Did we come here voluntarily to be stuck in a cubicle? Is that how we want to live our lives? Or do we want to live our lives differently? Many think we can't just have this life where we can go do whatever we want. But I ask, why not? If we do our design decade, set up the automation, make it so that abundance is endless, renewable, perpetual for anybody, why couldn't we all go about and do whatever we want? So long as you don't hurt another person. Life, liberty. I think it's a much better world than what we have, and I don't see why we can't achieve that. The only thing stopping us is politics. It's not the technology stopping us. We have the tech. We have the means. The only thing that's stopping this is politics. And not politicians. Societal politics. People don't want to give up their control. People don't trust humanity to do the right thing. They probably shouldn't, but that's education. So maybe we could bridge into it. But since we're all gamers here, who gives anybody the right to be the admin? So that concludes episode 2, the 3 fundamental questions of existence. Where do we come from? What are we doing here? Where do we go when we die? Someone had asked what I meant at the end of episode 1 when I said the sidewalks are what make you think this is all real. That'll be covered in another video, but not this one. If you enjoyed this information, like, subscribe. If you'd like to provide your own answer for the 3 fundamental questions, I'm so eager to listen and learn about what other people think the answers to the 3 fundamental questions are, whether it's for you or for mankind in general. I know everybody has different answers. Who's to say who has the right answer? I'm giving you my recollection of my memories, and I don't discount that I could be completely crazy. So go ahead and drop some comments. Let me know what you think. And be on the lookout for Question Reality episode 3. I have a lot of episodes already recorded. I just have to edit it all. May the force be with you. I'll see you next time.